Welcome to the Granada Forum. The Granada Forum is an informational resource center that provides an alternative media for America and the world to view their own opinions and to think their own minds. Tonight, on December 7th, 2006, it's Pearl Harbor Day at the Granada Forum. And we're coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. Can everyone hear me? Great. So let me bring in this wonderful guest so that you can see what I know. Dr. Deagle, Dr. William Deagle, is the founder of NutriMedical since 1999. Dr. Deagle is a teacher of medicine, a student, and he proctored at the University of Colorado School of Medicine. Dr. Deagle will be speaking on a variety of subjects, matters of national security and the dangerous situations that are evolving in this country today. So without any further ado, let's give Dr. William Deagle a warm round of applause at the Granada Forum.
Thanks, everyone. I really want to thank everybody that came out tonight. And as I say, everybody that's here is supposed to be here. However, many or few there are, I hope there are many that are going to be watching this on DVD and online, because some of the things I'm going to say tonight hopefully will not only inform but transform you, so that when you're finished the seminar tonight, there'll be things you'll hear tonight that you've never heard in your whole life, even if you've been studying this area for a long time. What I'm going to do is it'll integrate. You always learn what you know that's related to things you previously knew. And some of those are not just physical things, because we're a spirit being. We know things in the intellectual realm, but we also know spirit words and spirit thoughts and realities. And those who us realize that the ultimate problems in our society are not a technical one, they're always spiritual. And that transcends religion. Religion is a substitute. So we're going to talk about 4 different talks tonight. And if I can get my my PowerPoint behaving here, we are ready to view the show. Firstly, conspiracy realities of 9/11 to avian flu and beyond. And I'm going to deal with both fact, not conjecture. I try to give you both a forest and a trees view, so you'll see things tonight that you knew and things that you didn't know. Some of it's going to be very shocking. People like myself, people like Eric Shine, who's also on RBN, he has a wonderful show on the weekend. And I don't know if Eric, I don't think Eric made it tonight. Is Eric here? But Eric may be online. He lives here in California. We also have people like Stephen E. Jones, a professor at the University of Utah, that actually presented information proving that Thermate was involved with the bombs in WTC, which of course cut up the building. It was not jet aircraft. And I'm going to show you information tonight that will prove that there's a lot more to this. And I'm going to bring you not just at the end of one maze, but I'm going to show you the matrix of all of the mazes, hopefully, tonight. As far as as I say, the rabbit trail will take you. So without ado, let's go on to the next slide. In 1995, I was working at Penrose St. Francis Hospital in Colorado Springs as an occupational doctor. And what they like to do is they had a habit of wanting to hire civilian doctors. I was a civilian, although I'd worked with the military many years in both Canada and the United States. I'm a dual citizen. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Licensed in 3 provinces. Is it cutting it off? Ooh, how's that doing that? I think maybe the slide projector can be moved just a bit. Well, yeah, I'm not sure if the... Oh, okay. All right. I'll continue, because you'll get all of the gist of this, and you'll be able to get the PowerPoints later. You can get them online. I worked at Penrose St. Francis Hospital, and we had my boss, Major George Swinder, was supposed to actually do the exit exam on the Oklahoma City Forensic Munitions team that came back from the Murrah building when it was exploded in 1995. And he was away, and I was the senior doctor. I'm going to be 55 this February. I've been in practice for almost 30 years. Practiced about everything you can imagine, from emergency department, intensive care, burn units, trauma units, ICUs in the middle of nowhere, 300 miles from everywhere you can imagine. in the middle of mountains to military and nuclear medicine, and also handled the teams working on Operation Top Off and movement of our bioweapons, nuclear weapons, and also with facilities such as U.S. Space Command, Strategic Defense Command, Star Wars, Falcon Air Force Base, etc. And what happened is in this time, one of the 5 gentlemen told me that he wanted me to do further evaluations of him because he had radiation exposure. And of course, I was a chemist before I went into medicine and did marine bacteriology research. I was a charter member of Greenpeace back in the early 70s before I went into medicine. And I said, well, this was an ANFO bomb. It was a ammonium nitrate bomb. That couldn't cause radiation burns. He said, you don't understand. I said, look, unless you tell me the truth, I'm not going to do anything for you. You know, gruff old ER doc. And he said, after he broke down after about 15 minutes, he actually started to almost cry. He was pupils pinpoint, ashen white, scared to death. And this guy's a special op military munitions guy that works around things like, you know, high explosives. So obviously, that's not the kind of person that's a special op guy that gets scared easy. So he told me in great detail over the next 2 hours and 15 minutes how the Oklahoma City Murrah buildings were brought down by micro nukes that were put in there, a U.S. Army Corps engineer, by FBI and ATF agents, and by thermate and other high explosives, including 2 micro nukes they removed, and a C4 Pineapple and another C4 that were placed on the inside pillars of the building. I filed that away, but 4.5 months later, his commanders at Fort Carson found out, and he got court-martialed. I've never heard from him again. God knows what happened to him. And when they found out, they hauled me into the conference room and tried to threaten me. And I said, you don't threaten me. I said, because they're in the process of trying to fire me. You know, this is what they call a little rendition. I said, you're going to cut me a check for $35,000, letter of reference, and if you come within 500 miles of me or my family with any of your operatives, I said, I will or my buddies will take you out. And I meant it. And so I got my check cut within a half an hour, and a letter of reference, and I left there, but I filed it away. I didn't talk to anybody until I brought the information out on Alex Jones' show a few years ago. In my exposures, I have been in underground cities. I have worked for the Iridium Satellite Project. I've been on the doctor for U.S. Space Command, Strategic Defense, the Echelon Project, and the World Identification. And I've taken care of people that have been in the most classified facilities on the planet in Colorado. And Colorado has more classified material underground there and more computing power, quantum computing, than all the rest of the planet put together by a very large order of magnitude. And most of these facilities are in underground cities. And I was in one of them, and it was very impressive. It's Schriever Air Force Base, 18 miles east of Colorado Springs. And the facility, the main facility building is actually underground about a quarter mile. And it was shielded in 2.5 inches of seamless stainless steel, ringed by an anti-missile system and scalar weapons, as well as a full tactical division of Star Wars weaponry. And they had a quantum array, and I physically walked through the quantum array. It's gallium arsenide Cray 5 computers. You may have heard that these other teraflop computers are the most powerful in the world, and they're liars. The most powerful computer was developed by Seymour Cray, who 11 months after his discovery, his systems went section 11, I believe it is, chapter 11, and he died on the I-25 freeway just north of Air Force Academy in one of these weird accidental deaths, where a car crossed the freeway in complete bright, clean, black top and completely T-boned his car and crushed him and killed him instantly. So Seymour Cray had done the impossible. He'd actually, without zero gravity, created a gallium arsenide chip that had to be created at almost minus 200 degrees Kelvin in order to create this chip that allowed quantum computing. To give you an idea, the Cray 4 computer, Cray 5 can do the calculations in teraflops that's equivalent to 100,000 Cray 4s. Gives you an idea just how powerful this is. And I'll show you tonight why quantum computing is part of the matrix they're building and why this is so important. When I walked through the array, they had hundreds and hundreds of Cray computers, all in a giant cube underground, connected by fiber optic high-speed networks.